welcome back to the vlog. We are in the A12 GTS and we're going to go down to Titan now and check the NSX engine. The NSX engine has been pulled down from the car, and I'm also going to order some parts for the GT2 RS along with the 997. We're going to order some done components for these two cars to make them better. So after that, we're gonna drop by Ferrari and drop off the 458 GT3 because last time in the other vlog it threw a code. The transmission basically lit up and we were doing major donuts and burnouts at Clark Speedway with the 458 GT3, so I don't know if I damaged it from the track. I think to have to review a shipment also this afternoon. I don't know if we're gonna fit all that today in today's episode, but we're gonna go on our way in the Skyway and it's gloomy today. We are gonna see a beautiful red motor drop from the NSX. Even when Tito dropped the motor, he was like, "Ange, this car is fresh." And I was like, yes, it's very fresh. And I think he feels bad also for tearing into it, but honestly, we are gonna make it a better car. This car does need some more power. So I'm excited to see what Titan can do and if we can accomplish all this before the Manila Auto Salon, because the car still has to be tuned. We need some spacers for the car. We need to send it back to Carbon to tear up the side skirts and then fix the front bumper as well. So lots of things that need to be done still before the car is completely ready. So crazy, this car. Half of me is gonna be very sad when I change the exhaust, but half of me is also gonna be super happy. I wish the Skyway was at least 80 kilometers, but then again, if it's 80 kilometers, I wish it was 100. If it's 100, you get what I mean. Super stealth mode. Just a lot of hot air. Always have to watch out for this center island. And we just have arrived here, Titan. Admiring the beautiful Novitec kitted 812 GTS, checking if anything has fallen off yet. I think I got the alignment a little wrong there, but side skirt's still on, the little flap's still on, the hood thing's still on. Car looks so badass. We are here to check on the NSX. And here is our baby. Last video we installed the Magna Flow exhaust and the floor is so oily. I see I have parts all over the shop. The wheels are there, the diffuser's over there, the brakes are there, and wow, it is pandemonium. Hopefully they can get this car running in the next 2 weeks so that we have time to finish it for Manila Auto Salon. Now the exhaust I ordered is a little quiet for my taste. The Magna Flow exhaust is super quiet. Not sure though how I'm gonna sell that because there's not much NSX here in the Philippines, but I think that needs to be changed later on. That might be restricting airflow a little. That's the motor right there, and apparently the supercharger is being assembled in the office. Okay, here is the supercharger and they started assembling it already. Supercharger is made by TVS and there's a Science of Speed badge on it, and we have the fuel rails here along with the new injectors. They're actually very small supercharger compared to the LS superchargers that I'm used to. This is the drive side, so this will attach to the belt of the car and this will attach to the intake of the engine, and I guess that's the fuel pressure regulator that's been moved. Looks like lots of engine out procedures here. This is a Porsche motor, it's a flat 6. This is a turbo, as you can see there. I don't know if it's a Carrera or a turbo. I think it's a turbo. Sadly, no updates on how long it's going to take. Taycan looks good, but electric car will never be in our inventory until one day we need an electric car. I think this is Chino's, if I'm not mistaken. Here's our motor. VTEC baby, that's ours. Clutch kit's ours. Work wheel, all the parts on the ground. I find the header pipe super tiny and we still need to find a brake kit for this. Look how small this gearbox is also. Everything about this car is about efficiency and lightweight. I'm guessing this is super lightweight also. Yep, look at that. That is the rear subframe. It is lightweight. Here's our stock pistons and stock rods. Ideally, what we're getting also is a forged piston set, which means it can take more pressure. And here is the new piston. So forged is the way they make it. It's not a cast piece. I wonder what's different. So the pocketing looks deeper for the valves. And I'm guessing the overall height, yes. So even the distance of the skirting is this little piece that extends down here. That's different. So you can see there, and that's lightweight. Okay, here is the specs. So it is a 93mm piston, which is same as the original, but the compression is down to 9.2. I think the original compression is 10 or 11 for the stock engine. The original compression for the NA2 NSX is 10.2, and then the new pistons from Museco from Science of Speed is now 9.2. So it's 1 point lower. I don't know if that's 1 bar of pressure. So basically what happens when you lower the compression of the engine, you can now boost it properly and not worry about excess detonation. So excited. I wish Tita was here so we can get a timeline. But according to the mechanic, they are now in the assembly phase. The engine is so fresh that the main bearing and conrod bearings are going to be recycled, and then the car is just going to be put back together. So thumbs up, can't wait to see it. And then now we're going to jump back in the car and head down to Second Skin. Look at that Ferrari. Super stoked to see Tito and the team of Titan really hustling to get the NSX back together. He does know that the car needs to be at the show. So definitely, I think he also does love working on these cars. That's why he said, send it immediately so we can get right on it. This is the most chaotic roundabout in the country. And we have arrived at Second Skin. Archie's not here today, but we are just gonna drop off this car and swap cars. Okay, lift down. Looks like they're renovating too. Shuffling up some cars so we can get the 458 GT3 out, and they have an interesting GT3 touring over here. I think it's a Mansory Bentayga over there. Josh is here, so we're going to ask if we can film those two cars. So off the bat, if you guys haven't seen the Novitec video, we put the wing, the rear diffuser bit, and then the side mirror cover over here, side skirt, this side blade over here, and then the hood vent scoop thingy, the front bumper, 2 pieces. But we're here to pick this car up. Hopefully the transmission doesn't fault out. So far, no gearbox light, and the car is still looking immaculate. What they did is they clear coated, or they clear filmed some parts. Look at this Mansory Bentayga. Look at this. I love it. Love exposed carbon. I used to have a Bentayga long ago. What do you guys think of this Bentley Mansory? I think, well, back in the day I used to have the Bentley and I loved and hated it. It was a super nice 12-cylinder engine, super powerful, super smooth, but also super sedate, super quiet. Not very exciting to drive. It's very fast in that sense, but this one looks really good with the Mansory. Not sure about the wheel choice though. I really love the color. Anyway, we're gonna jump in the car, head to Ferrari, and drop off this other car. So on Monday, this is gonna be our project. This is going to be a wide body car. And what's weird is the owner put a PPF on it, which we're going to cut all up. So I don't understand that, and I'm hoping that the kit fits well. So Monday, Tuesday, we're gonna come back and do this project. Okay, so the gearbox of this is super jerky. Ever since I picked up the 458 Spider, it had a weird engagement already with the gearbox, and a few months ago I decided to send it to Hazard Boy so that we can get the gearbox transmission fluid checked, only to find out that we were lacking almost 3 liters. So I don't know if that has damaged anything with the gearbox, but as soon as you step on the throttle just a little, it feels like the engagement's very rough. It doesn't feel very luxury, it feels very race car in that sense, but it also feels like there's a big gap between how the gear and clutch engages. It's not a very smooth transition, and I'm hoping Ferrari or Velocity Motors can double check and see what's wrong with this car. But if not, I do have some major plans for this car. I'm just working with Mazda, seeing if he has any updates on this car. We do have big plans with this car, and I can't wait to see if we can pull through with some of the crazy ideas. But it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be challenging, and if anyone else could do it, it is Carport. Once this car is moving, we're fine. It's the initial step in. Throttle is okay. Let's go in sport mode, because there, yeah, even in sport you could feel how rough it is. But obviously I like being on traction off. Again, once we're rolling already, it's fine, but the top is creaking also, which means we're going to ask them to look into that. And we're here. I think my driver's here yet. Okay, leaving it in the good hands of Velocita. I'm gonna go check on the Puro Sangre coat. Thank you for the free water. The only thing free you're gonna get in Ferrari. I had to redo my specs on the Puro Sangre because there were some options that were out of this world. We're gonna get updated price list for the Puro Sangre, but definitely we're gonna send down payment for it because this is a beautiful car. There's a sneak peek in my interior. Okay guys, that is the end of the vlog. That was the most exciting part of the vlog. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace.